All right, let's move on to public comment for items that are not on the agenda. So individuals are allowed up to 3 minutes. It is the council's policy to refer matters raised in this forum to staff for investigation and or action where appropriate. The Brown Act prohibits the council from discussing or acting upon any matter not agendized pursuant to state law. Again, this is for items that are not on the agenda. And Melissa, I'll let you take over.
Yes, the first hand we have is Ryan Mersney. Ryan, just one moment while I bring you over. Hi, Ryan, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you.
Whenever you're ready.
Well, I know the subject matter is later in the agenda. I'm not sure public comments will be allowed at that time. I'm speaking to support CityNet Services expanding GigaFiber service to the entire city. I've been a proponent of the expansion for years. Might I suggest we need to do this as soon as possible? We have had 2 major studies favorable for expansion. While I am not faulting the city for not having expansion in place during COVID-19, imagine how much farther our city would have been ahead with all the people working at home that could have signed up. I think we can agree the likelihood of more and more people working from home in the future will require GigaFiber for productivity. The question is financing. I suggest a few options. Mortgage and or sell the cable building on, mortgage and or sell the cable building on El Camino. If we were to sell it, we should get over $7 million based on the sale of the Salvation Army sale per square foot. We could mortgage the building until we find a buyer. Sale of the cable building will eventually give us impact fees and property taxes as well. If we need to borrow the money or portions of the money, maybe we can ask the SBC, the San Bruno Community Foundation, for a loan. I would prefer to pay interest to ourselves than a bank. We could get a loan outright or float a bond. In times of economic difficulty, it is a proven economic strategy that we invest in infrastructure to create jobs. Building out our fiber will accomplish that, plus provide future revenue. I strongly urge you to embark on the building of the GigaFiber network in San Bruno as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
Just one moment. The next person we have is Tony. Just one moment, Tony, while I unmute you. Tony, I'm trying to unmute you. Just one moment.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, there you are.
Oh, okay. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. Thank you for taking my questions here. Actually, I'm a longtime resident of San Bruno, and you'll have to forgive me. I didn't review the agenda. These items may be on the agenda. If so, I'll get my answers then. But 2 questions. With the pandemic going around, and I know the governor put something in place about mandated wearing masks in public, what is San Bruno's stance, and what are they considered public places? Because I see people all the time going around without masks, and that's kind of a concern to me. I'm one of those guys. And my second question is, and this might be on the agenda, is the fireworks happening, the illegals, not the legals, the illegals, bombs, mortars, and all that that's setting off car alarms and sprinkling all over our houses and stuff. So with all respect, I appreciate those couple of minutes, and those are the 2 questions that are on my mind.
Thank you, Tony.
I don't see any other hands up at this time.
Okay.